Good day, everyone. This is Jenny's Fashion Channel. Thanks to all my amazing fans and subscribers. This channel is all about leveling up on your fashion designing skill. And today, I'm going to teach you how to cut three-quarter trousers. So if it is what you are all about, you are definitely at the right place. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now will be a very good time for you to smash on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline, which will also serve as my waistline. Then I'm going to draw a vertical line here because the edge of my paper is not straight. Then I will get my vertical measurement. I'm going to come down by 9 inches for my hip line, removing 2 inches for the waistband. I will mark it and I'm going to draw the line. Then the next thing is to get my crotch line. And for me to get my crotch line, I'm going to take 1/4 of my hip measurement, divide by 4. That's my hip measurement, divide by 4 again. And the hip measurement I am working with is 40 inches. If it is being divided by 4, it will give me 10 inches. If I divide that 10 by 4 again, it will give me 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to add 2 inches to weight because what I'm working with is a high waist trousers, okay? So I have 4.5 inches. So I'm going to come down by 4.5 inches from the hip line for the crotch line. I will mark it and I'm going to draw the line. Then the next thing is to get the full trouser length. So I'm going to come down by 34 inches, okay? Then I'm going to add 2 inches for hemming allowance. I will mark it and I'm going to draw the lines. Then I'm going to take my hip measurement, divide by 4. Then I'm going to add 1 inch for joining allowance. I will mark it on the hip line, mark the same thing on the crotch line, and the same thing on the waistline. Then I'm going to connect with a straight ruler like so. Then the next thing is to get my crotch extension. And for me to get my crotch extension, I'm going to take 1/4 of my hip measurement, divide by 4. That's my hip measurement, divide by 4, divide by 4 again. Then it will give me 2.5 inches. I will come out from those points by 2.5 inches. I will mark it. Then from those points, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches diagonally. I will mark it. Then from this point, I'm going to go out by 1/4 of an inch. I will mark it. Then I'm going to connect these 3 points like so. This is to make sure that we don't get a deep crouch, okay? Then the next thing is to get the center line of those pants, okay? So I'm going to measure this my crotch line, okay, from those point to this point, and I have 12.5 inches. So I'm going to get the midpoint of 12.5 inches. I will mark it and I'm going to connect it straight down like so. I am not going to put that on the front part of this pant, okay? My dart will be only on the back part. So I'm going to take my waist measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it on the waistline. Then I'm going to connect it to the hip line like so. Then on the full trouser length, I'm going to remove 1.5 inches from what I have on the crotch line. I have 12.5 inches, okay, including the crotch extension. So if I remove 1.5 inches there, I have 11 inches left. So what I'm going to work with on the full trouser length is 11 inches. So I'm going to get the midpoint of that 11 inches. It will give me 5.5 inches, okay? So I'm going to make sure that the center line is on 5.5 inches. Then I'm going to mark on the 2 sides like so. Then I'm going to connect this part to the crotch line like so, and this part to the crotch line also like so. Then for the zipper fly, I'm going to go out by 2 inches, okay, from those points. Actually, it's supposed to be 1.5 inches, but I put in consideration my joining allowance, okay? So I'm going to mark and I'm going to connect like so. Then from those points, I'm going to go down by half an inch. You can go down by 1 inch, okay? Then I will mark it and I'm going to connect it to the other end of the waistline, okay? Then I'm going to add half an inch joining allowance like so, and I'm going to connect. So guys, that's it for drafting. I will now go ahead and cut. So follow me closely. Let's cut. So guys, that's it for the front part. You can see how perfect it came out. We'll now move on to the back panel. I'm going to work on the back panel using my front part, okay? So I'm going to place it on top of the pattern paper for the back part. Then I'm going to trace out this my crotch line like so. Then I'm going to extend this my crotch line by 2.5 inches, okay? I will mark it. You can extend it by 2 inches or 3 inches. It depends on the size of your butt, okay? Then from those points, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. I will mark it. You know, the back part is not going to have zipper fly. So I'm going to fold in this my zipper fly like so to enable me take my measurement on the back part, okay? So from those points, I'm going to add 1 inch, okay, on the waistline because the back part is going to have dart and I'm using 1 inch for the dart intake, okay? So I'm going to mark and I'm going to connect these 3 points like so. Then I'm going to connect this part down to the hemming allowance line like so. Guys, please watch what I'm doing. You can see I did not add any allowance on those parts, okay? Then on this my full trouser length, on this part, I'm going to add 1 inch, okay, for allowance, okay? I will mark it and I'm going to connect it to the waistline like so. On this part, I didn't put any allowance on the waistline, hip line, and crotch line. I only put 1 inch allowance on the full trouser length, okay? Then from this my waistline, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches, okay? Because the back part has to be higher than the front part. I will mark and I'm going to connect it to the other end of the waistline. Let me now remove the front part so you can see the outlines. So guys, that's aside. I will now use my marker to trace it so it can be visible. So guys, that's aside. I will now add half an inch on the waistline for joining allowance. So guys, that's it for the back panel. I will now go ahead and cut. So guys, this is just it. Then for the pocket, I am using 8 inches for the width of the pocket and 11 inches for the length of the pocket. I will connect like so. Then from those points, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches diagonally to give it a kind of curve, though this is purely optional. You can decide not to put any curve or shape, okay, on the pockets. Then I will cut. Then for the pocket opening, I'm going to place this my pocket like so, okay? Making sure that the part that is not unfold is on the edge like so, okay? You see how I place it. Then from this part, I'm going to go in by 1.5 inches. Actually, it's supposed to be 2 inches, but you know I'm going to use half an inch to join it. So if I put that 2 inches, still use half an inch to join it, we still arrive at that 1.5 inches, okay? So I'm going to go in by 1.5 inches. I'll mark it. Then I'm going to come down from this my waistline by 7 inches. I will mark it and I'm going to connect like so. If I want to cut, the pocket has two pieces. I'm going to cut only the one that is facing the knicker itself, okay? So I'm going to hold it this way, okay? To make sure that the down part is not cut. Then I'm going to cut like so. So guys, that's it for the pocket, okay? Then for the waistband, I'm going to cut the front parts and the back part separately, okay? Then I'm going to place the back part on the pattern paper for the waistband. Then I'm going to trace out the waistline like so. This is to make sure that we have a perfect waistband, and it will make our stitching to be seamless. Then I'm going to connect those way. Then for the length of the band, we are using 2 inches, okay, for the length of the band. But I'm going to add extra 1 inch because I need half an inch to join the upper part and half an inch to join the down part to the dress, okay? Then I'm going to mark and connect like so. This part is the part that will be by the side, okay? And the other part will be on fold if you are cutting, all right? Then I will cut. So that's it for the back part. Then for the front part, I'm going to place the front panel on the pattern paper for the waistband, okay? Just the same way we did for the back part, okay? So I'm going to trace out the waistline like so, okay? Remember that we removed 1.5 inches for the pocket opening. I shouldn't have cut the pocket. I should have cut the waistband before the pocket, okay? But remember that we removed 1.5 inches for the pocket opening. So I'm going to replace it here. So from this point, I'm going to add 1.5 inches. I will mark and I'm going to connect like so. Then for the length of the waistband, we are going to use 3 inches, just like I explained on the front part, okay? I will mark and I'm going to connect like so. Then I will cut. So guys, that's it, okay? Remember we trace out the waistline including the zipper fly, okay? So 2 inches from here is going to be the overlap. Are we clear? So guys, that's it. And we are going to have this too, okay? We are going to have 2 pieces of this because of the zipper, all right? Forgot to put that on this my drafting, but let me use the one I did before to show you how to go about it. I'm going to get my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it. For the length of the dart, I'm using 5 inches. I'm going to mark and connect like so. Then from those points, I will go in by half an inch and go out by half an inch to form the dart. Then I'm going to connect like so to get the dart, okay? So guys, this is just it. And this is all I have for you for today. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. See you in my next video. Bye.